Ever think, what would you like to do when you grow up? I did when I was 17 years old. I was in a musical school and I played the piano. I sang in a choir and I loved it. And I thought this would be my life. My piano teacher gave me great joy of understanding how to perform any piece on the piano. And he also broadened my horizons around different areas of arts, like architecture, paintings, and sculpture. With our choir, we traveled to Europe every year to different festivals and different competitions. It was absolutely thrilling to meet people from across different cultures and diverse backgrounds. So at 17, my mom asked me, "So what would you like to do? What do you want to study in the university? It's 2 years before your graduation, so if you want to change, it's time now to act. If you want to continue, that's fine as well." So I went back and I reflected on my life, on my strengths, on my passions. And I spoke to different teachers, I spoke to my family members. I wanted to make sure that I'm making the right decision. And despite my love for the piano and the music, I decided to go and study English language. At the end of the day, it gave me an opportunity to meet people from across different cultures and have this diversity around me, this thrill of meeting people from across different cultures. So I passed my entrance exams to the English department, and for the 5 years of my master's, I continued traveling. I went to an exchange program to Finland, then to France, and in the process as well, I met a French guy who came to my home university in Poland, and he changed my life forever. After I graduated from the English department, I taught English as a second language in a local school, but then professional opportunities brought us to Ireland. And there it was, the second shift in my professional career, because everybody in Ireland spoke English. So my degree was irrelevant. So I found an unpaid work internship at a recruitment agency, and I discovered that I really love working with people. And that's how I discovered that I want to start learning about human resources. So that's when my third career started. I went through different areas of HR: recruitment, training, talent management, all the different functions. It was really very interesting. And then another shift happened. My husband was relocated to Singapore. So when we moved in here, I started working within HR, but shortly after, in one of my jobs, I got a very unique opportunity to change my job, to redesign my job. From an HR project manager, I could change it to a diversity and inclusion manager for the Asia Pacific and Japan region. And at that moment, I realized this is what I was looking for all along. The thrill of meeting people from different countries, working across people from 17 different countries within the region, understanding the different dynamics and nuances, different biases that are happening. I felt I was home. I found something that I was really passionate about, because not only I was working with the space of diversity, but also this job connected me to my real purpose. I wanted to make a difference in people's lives, and I wanted to do something meaningful. So it took me 1 master's degree, 2 HR diplomas, 1 tourism diploma, 1 coaching diploma, 5 countries, and 1 Frenchman to change my career trajectory not once, not twice, but 3 times. And today, it's really obvious that the working world is very different. The times of going to work for 40 years and leaving with pension after 40 years, it's all gone. Today, the future of work is changing everything, from the way we design the workplace, from the work for the technology, for how we design our business models. It's all different. And so the approach to the working world is different, and how we understand working skills. So the average lifespan of a job is about 4 years. And within that time, your skills from that job decline by half. 1 in 4 adults report that they don't have skills in the current job to do their job. Isn't it scary that majority of people don't actually think they have the skills for the right century? It's really tough, but we have to keep reinventing ourselves and moving on with the movement in technology, the demographic shifts, the future of work, because that's the only way we can be marketable. So today, I would like to propose to you a methodology that you can use in designing your own careers and your life. I wish I knew about this one when I was 17 years old. Probably my career trajectory would look different. But I would like to tell you a little bit more about design thinking. This is an innovation framework that helps designers come up with different products and services, test those different products and services in various environments through different experiments, and to find the best solution for the client, for the end user. So, in the design thinking, there are 3 main steps that I wanted to share with you today. So the first one, explore. Understand yourselves and understand who you are. Really, what are you passionate about? I connected my passion only later in my career to what I'm doing. So think about who you are. What are your strengths? What are your beliefs? And then what are your passions? What is your purpose? And it's important to know that today, because you are soon going to make decisions like me about your university degree, about your career. So it's time to start now. So think about, what would you like to do? What would make you happy every day? And think big. Be disruptive. Don't limit yourselves with anybody else's opinions. Your parents, your teachers, your friends. Think about yourselves and think big. Don't limit yourselves with anything. What is it that you would like to do if you had no limitations in the world? And then step back and think, is it really what I want to do? Is it really me? So reflect back and think if these are the best choices for you. And remember, think big, because if your dreams and goals don't scare you even a bit, they are not big enough. The second one, experiment. Ideate as many career solutions as possible. The more, the better. In the ideation stage, you have to throw as many possibilities out there that you can think of. Even the things that you like right now, maybe things that you liked in the past, anything that is out there. So think about what would be the best for you. List all your different careers and start your career portfolio where you can actually start tracking all your different dreams, goals, and aspirations. And then start putting them in a priority, from the top being your most favorite one. And start thinking about, how do they make me feel? Is it me? Would I like to do this every day of my life? Or for the next few years, as we know. So make sure, again, check in with your motivation, assess how you feel about those jobs, because again, this is your life. You have only one chance at those things. The first step is execute. So look at your list and try to narrow down to maybe 4 or 5 careers that you are most excited about. and try to build a prototype of those jobs to understand them better and visualize them better. So you can network and find people who can help you understand those jobs. So people who are in those positions currently, they can give you more information about those roles. So find those people, ask any burning questions that you might have. Because again, it's your life. You only live once. Another piece of advice is you can actually start building your career map. So bring in all the ideas, collect any pictures that you might have of yourselves or any other pictures you find that inspire you, and start putting them in a project. Then you will start visualizing that role in a different way. Start talking about it, share it with your friends, with your family members. See how it feels like talking about those jobs. See if you still like them, if it's still you. Then in the process, you might actually feel that you will narrow it down to much less than 4 or 5 jobs. If you have 2 or 3 jobs left on your list, now find prototype experiences. So things like internships, work experiences. Find anything that you can, look around, whether on a campus, with your teachers, at school, or maybe look around and leverage the networks that are around your parents. Any opportunity that you get, go and practice and find out a little bit more about those jobs you would really like to do in the future. Because this is a very unique opportunity to test drive what you would really like to do in the future. So after you go through that experience, think back and reflect. After having all those discussions, all those different experiences, maybe internships, are these jobs still the ones I like? If you take them all out from your list, that's fine. That's what the designers do, actually. They get stuck and they go back to the beginning of the process. So don't be afraid of redesigning your ideas all over again, because it is a process and it's going to happen in cycles a few times throughout your lives. So even when you land that dream job, you should not be complacent. Think about what's next. What do I want to learn next? Where do I want to go next? Whether it's in the company that I'm in, whether it's I want to create a different organization myself. Just be vigilant and on the lookout of the skills that you will need for the future. So use the design thinking to help you think about your life, think about your career, how you would like to steer your future, how you would like to adopt this learning mindset where you learn new skills all the time and redesign, reframe your life, your career, and your goals and aspirations. And it's important because we live only once. So it's, great to have this done at the first time around. Sometimes you might think, but it's a very daunting journey. We have to be on the lookout all the time. There's so much change going on. We have to be, learning all the things all the time. But think about it as a journey. When you go hiking, when you go rock climbing, you know where your peak is. You know where's your aim. But you don't know how long it's going to take you, what kind of tools you will need to get there. Only when you go through the turns, you will learn what's ahead of you. So step back, enjoy the journey, keep learning, and instead of asking yourselves, who do I want to be when I grow up? Ask, who do I want to become next? Thank you.